Greetings, my beloved Japunaita. I have returned from being knee-deep in sake. Printer Beru. First to Demon Hunter Beru, aka Desmondu.
The fact that we all call you Desmondu because my missus got your name wrong. Like, oh, I love that. Like, it's fucking hilarious. Why is he called Desmondu Sama?
The female was mistaken, and it's Stoku.
Ugh. I don't know what's going on with me lately. I'm getting like mild headaches every few days. Like, thankfully, they're not like I'm not getting like migraines, or I wouldn't even class them as like proper headaches, but they're like just very mild tension headaches behind, like, above my eyes. In my, I think it's I think I'm holding a lot of anger or something, like, or like my brow is furrowed so often for so long that I'm starting to get like a cramped forehead or something. But I'm like, as you could probably tell, I'm in a far greater mood than I have been lately. I've just and like Stabaru Sama will probably fucking really resonate with this, but I say that both of you will as well. Fucking, I don't know about Printer. I think Printer's pretty um not religious, but like spiritual or something. I don't know. Like, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know. Like, you and me don't like converse as much as the other lads. So feel free to. For all I know, you're a fucking monk or some shit, like, Um, but I kind of just submitted there the other day. I think it was after the Wednesday stream. I think I said it yesterday. I got on my knees like right there, and I was just like, I need help. Like, I don't know what to do. I need help. Like, it's like what I was saying yesterday, where it's like that I'm that berserker energy type, where like I just like go 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 go, and then I get to a point where I'm surrounded by the enemy because I've gone so deep into the enemy's lines, and I'm like, help! Like, brothers, it appears I have become overwhelmed. Like, I fucking like. You get so knee deep in this shit, and you just turn around and you're like, oh, I'm in a bad place right now. Like, oh fuck. I feel like I'm coming out of it already though. It is funny, like a lot of the Christian stuff really is true, you know. Um, but then again, when you think about it, it's not even like most of it's not even Christian. Like, do you know what I mean? It's all like the Bible's basically plagiarism. Do you know what I mean? Like, of just like much older shit. Like, um, it's fascinating. All of these like universal truths and truisms that have existed for thousands of years. We've uh, we've allowed ourselves to become corrupt as a species. Like, do you know what I mean? I would like to think that a human is a human is a human, you know. Um, but it would appear that like there are certain types of human that are like genetically predisposed or have some kind of like ancestral heritage or breeding makeup that just they're pretty much always the bad guys. Could it be menopause? I doubt. I'm neither a vagina toting female nor am I old, but yes, I appreciate your humor, you bearded faggot. Um, it's fucking it is funny because like fucking one of those things where like as a man you have that internal voice that's constantly like like stop being a bitch, stop being a fucking bitch and like get up and like and blah blah blah. But I've been like that for a long time, and it does it becomes self-destructive because you don't give yourself time to properly rest. And what you think, to me it's a form of arrogance, or at least it becomes a form of arrogance, because you think that you can just keep going, that you can just keep taking things, that you can just keep not taking the time to heal properly and stuff and all, like and the truth is that you have to get to a you will eventually, no matter who you are, no matter how strong you are, you will eventually get to a point where you need to stop and you need to rest and you need to refuel. Staburu-sama, Grifu-sama. It is hilarious for eternity. Yeah, winging it. My buddy is very Catholic and have been learning more, and I like their rules best. Least woke shit in their churches, no rainbow flags. Menopause, yeah. Menopause is hilarious. Um, I'm a man of pause. Like, bestial, armed to the teeth with teeth. Do you guys ever get dreams like that where you're on all fours? I've had a few dreams like that over the years where it feels like I'm on all fours bounding towards something, and I kill it and eat it and shit, and I like rip it apart and stuff and all. Like, I don't know, like maybe my animal spirit or some shit like that, but like I really do think that like I have like either werewolf blood in me or like giant's blood in me, or like maybe it's Jew blood. I don't know. I mean, it's fucking gypsy Jew blood or some shit. I don't know. Like, I don't think I'm completely human, or what we think is human. I think I have a teeny tiny bit of like something else. I've always felt like I'm gonna start sounding like Candace Owens right now. Like, I've always felt like a bit of an alien. Like, I might start watching her streams. I don't watch her streams, but like the clips I've seen of her, like I'm like, she is very entertaining lately. Like, like Owen's not right about everything, but his batting average is 1,000. He rarely misses when he swings. But yeah, also the Vatican is probably the source of the Antichrist someday. Like, you see that I've learned from my experience. This is why I love the yin and the yang symbol so much. If something is very good, there's something about it that's very bad. If something is very bad, there's something about it that's very good. And if you look at that in an alchemical and like energy sense, it makes total sense. If you look at it from an alchemical and energy perspective, it makes total sense. Because small doses of arsenic. Arsenic is like, as far as the periodic table goes, shout out to the movie Evolution. Modern science tells us that as far as the periodic table of elements goes, arsenic is the most dangerous thing to a human being. However, in small doses, it used to be used to like alleviate illnesses and like kill certain parasites and stuff.
Please excuse me whilst I descend into proper painting posture. Oh, the stool is slow and stiff today.
Um, anything that has a high potential for good has a high potential for bad. Anything that has a high potential for bad has a high potential for good. So it might very well be that the Catholic belief system, dogma, ideology, or rule set, if you want to describe it that way, it's a good way to describe it. The Catholic doctrine might very well be the most based one we've got so far, for whatever reason. And it would make sense then that its ruling body is like the most corrupt ruling body on the planet, because of what I just said. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like the reason why I love the yin and the yang symbol is because not only is it a circle, not only is it like a teardrop, not only is it a swirl, like a moving wave, but the fact that there's a small dot of black in the big thing of white and the small dot of white in the big thing of black makes perfect. It is a perfectly distilled symbolic representation, I believe, of a fundamental truth about existence. And like, look at the character Darth Vader. Like, the how he became, he was a happy-go-lucky boy with no father and a very strong, caring mother. You could argue. You could also argue that she was like kind of an apathetic psychopath because she allowed whatever happened to him. But the way it's pitched to us from the movies is that Anakin is a very, very kind, open, energetic, naive, gullible, but streetwise child with incredible natural talent. And a Jedi notices this and is like, this kid is special. We need to save this kid because like he's in Tatooine. You know, like Tatooine is this like horrible place, you know, and it's very hostile, it's very murderous, and the weak don't last very long. And they pluck him from that place and they train him, or at least Qui-Gon trains him against the will of the Jedi Council and all, like, you know. And that little boy, that fun-loving, fucking talented, open, good-hearted boy, he just wants to he just wants to be himself. He just wants to help. He just wants to be nice. He falls in love with Padme because, of course he would. She may be older, but she's beautiful and she's kind and caring and stuff and all. Only a boy that understands the value of a female like that would fall in love. It's not like he falls in love with a female his age that he can dominate or something. Do you know what I mean? The character is very well designed, and he becomes Darth Vader, but he only becomes Darth Vader because he has such a high potential for good that when he is traumatized, his potential for good shifts polarity and becomes a potential for great evil. And even then, right at the last moment, because his own son is about to die and is begging him to not let this happen, intervene. You can intervene, you can stop this, so please, I beg you, stop this, he picks up the Emperor and throws him down the thing and then dies anyway. Do you know what I mean? So it's the last thing he does is a moral, selfless act. It's again, you know, you could probably argue that maybe he thought that was like his only get out of jail card, where he was like, okay, if I don't, maybe if I do this, I'll redeem myself or something. So maybe you could argue it was selfish in a sense, but like, that's what I try to return to in my moments of darkness. Is like, I like really just go back to the root of the tree, the root of reality, where it's like, this is a lighter, it is black, you know, like, this is a pack of skins, it is blue, like, you know, it's like, you just return to what is, not what might be or could be or maybe, or you know, what you desire to be, or any of these things. You completely return to the baseline of like what is, and that is incredibly cathartic to the soul, where you just accept what is. And that's what I did in that moment. I accepted the reality of like, I've been pushing myself too hard mentally. I haven't been pushing myself hard enough physically for like nigh on a year now. Like, you know, like lost 20 pounds. I fucking haven't been working out. I haven't been doing like my symmetricals and stuff. I haven't been sketching. I've just been going to the community events, doing stuff for the community for free. And like, not that that's a bad thing, but it's one of those things where like, when you're someone in my position, and I'm not the only one, like there's a few of the people in the community thing that feel exactly the same, where it's like, I was already doing all this stuff for fucking free for a long time, and now I'm being requested to do more of it for free, like, you know, with the prospect of maybe, possibly in some time in the future, maybe, might be getting some payment out of it. Like, it's kind of like the church, like, you know what I mean? Give, and when you die, you will receive. Like, it's nonsense, utter nonsense. But yeah, like, so me and you, Printer, are very similar. Like, I'm just winging it. I am just winging it. I don't adhere to any group or doctrine. I try to just like, I try to discern what like seems to be true. And I always try and start from, like I said, the root of like what I know to be true, to the best of my ability, like, you know. And I don't I know there's benefits to groups. I know there's benefits to a community and stuff like that. But we live in a time where there is like so many groups and so many perspectives and so many fucking obviously corrupted fucking institutions and all this fucking shit like that. Like, it's I think it's kind of one of the things I'm trying to do with my workshops as well, is like, glean what is useful and what works and what brings you a sense of like, not necessarily contentment, but like what brings you a sense of peace, you know. Like, we live in a time where conflict and war and shit is like everywhere. And I know conflict is the air conflict is the air we breathe, it is the water in which we swim. I completely agree with that. But in order to maintain your efficacy in life, in order to be an effective, especially like speaking as a man to other men mainly, you know, in order to be an effective man, you know, I don't like, whatever the term real man doesn't, like, that's subjective as fuck. An effective man, a useful, effective man. You must be disciplined. You must be moral. You must be compassionate, understanding, intelligent, wise. All of these things, like, you know, and like learning to become that when you weren't taught how to be that is fucking exhausting, to say the least. like when those things aren't instilled in you from a young age, and instead what is instilled in you from a young age is like indulgence corruption, lies, deception, confusion, when those are the things that are instilled in you from a young age, like we've collectively been traumatized by the very people who were supposed to nurture and like bring us like wisdom, you know. So we've been, instead of being nurtured and enlightened, we have been traumatized and like retarded and corrupted and fucking. It's horrible. It's tragic. Um, it's tragic what has been done to us and what we've allowed to happen, and it's tragic what is happening and what will happen as a result. Um, but the way you get through it, the way I get through it, is by focusing on the good and the true and the beautiful at all times, as much as possible. Um, like the community event was cancelled yesterday, and uh, on the Wednesdays for months now, most of the, like pretty much like most of the time when we do the Wednesday one from 2 till 4, it's just me, Alan, and Brendan. So when they cancelled the thing yesterday because we found a leak in the roof, they had to call the landlord in, so they had to cancel the 7 to 9 one. I just invited them over to my gaff. And I was just like, just stall it over to mine and fucking will, have a cup of tea, have a chat, do whatever, bring your stuff, bring your sculpting kit or whatever, like, and we had a great time. They ended up they didn't leave till like 11 o'clock at night, like, and we were just sitting around my kitchen table, drinking tea, like, eating biscuits, talking about everything, talking about all the stuff that we talk about. All of that, like heavy, like steaming, piping hot gravy, like, of like uh, the way the world is and why it's the way it is, and like, everything from secret societies to fucking old world knowledge to like what's currently going on in the state of things, and how certain things are like obviously not what they appear to be or what we're being told they are, and all, like, and what we got taught in school versus what we, like, actually experienced in life, and like all this fucking shit, like. And um your man Brendan in particular has like been fucking like seriously abused as far as his like professional artistic ability, like the amount of shit that he's done for people. And then like he did one thing in particular that like he did a project for a local crowd, and when he came back like the next day or the next week, they'd thrown it in the bin. Like, he spent hours on it and he put a lot of work into it, and then they just threw it in the bin because it was like, oh, we don't need that, actually. We're not going to use that, so just get rid of it. And instead of like giving it back to him and being like, look, we really appreciate the work and we're sorry, but like turns out we're not going to use this or whatever, they just fucked it in the bin. Like, absolute fucking, like, only a depraved human being would do such a thing, like, to something that has been made with a skillful human hand, and you just go, oh, fuck that, and just fuck it in the bin, like. Depraved fucking behavior. Beautiful. Dankeschön. No, you might have a relative who was a wolf man. Yeah, like, I don't know where, like, I don't know who I am. I don't know where I'm from. You know what I mean? All I know is that, like, I know my parents and my grandparents. I don't know my great grandparents. Um, I know a few of my cousins. I don't talk to like most of my family. Like, there's been like a series of like majorly traumatizing events that just completely atomized us from each other. Like, and I'm not saying like I played my own part in that. You know, like I came to the conclusion over a few things where I was just like, there's no point in talking to them. You know, we just like we're not on the same wavelength. Like, and I'm not going to stress myself out trying to like maintain that kind of relationship. Like, it, like, in where we are right now in this timeline, what we're all experiencing collectively and individually, I think it's really important that you allocate your mental, physical, and spiritual resources accordingly. Do not waste your energy as much as you can. As much as you can, like, you know, and I'm sitting here smoking a fucking cigarette. I know, like, we're all hypocrites to a degree. You can, you know, like, fucking nobody's like not a hypocrite at all. Like I'm having coffee again, even though the other day I was like, right, I didn't have any coffee today, you know, fucking like. It's one of those things where like it's a constant struggle, a constant give and take of like how much energy do I have to like be really disciplined today? And then comes the argument of like, regardless of how much energy you have, you just sheer fucking willpower, like John Wick style, like just sheer fucking will. But that's actually what I was like, that's kind of what I was talking about like a few minutes ago, is like sheer will is great. And I have a lot of that. It's one of the things that like fucking Emma said that she like really admires about me, is like she really got to see that during COVID, when like everyone practically around us, you know, like the hot, like for like as far as the eye could see, everyone was bought in, everyone was masked up, everyone was talking about that they were getting this job or that job or whatever, and but not me. So one of the things that she said in the last few, I think it was like 3 years ago now or something, we were having a conversation where she was just like, you have like a really strong will. Like it just like there, when it comes to certain things, my ability to say no is almost absolute. Because I don't think it. It's in here. Like my soul just goes, no, you do that, and there's no coming back. And I'm like, okay, I just can't do that then. And like the major example was like, I think I've told this story before, but like there's like a big shopping center called Dundrum, and we were all walking like we parked in the car park, and Emma was terrified. She was like, no, I'm gonna wear the mask, like, you know what I mean? Because I was telling her, I was like, don't wear the mask, you know, it's blah blah, like, and we had a talk about it, and I was like, look, you know, I'm not gonna, I can't force you to do whatever, like, you know what I mean? It's not like I'm gonna slap the head off you and be like, you know, don't you fucking, you know. So she's wearing a mask. We walk into this huge shopping center with like thousands of people, like security guards every 50 feet in high vis jackets, and I'm just walking around no mask. And it was like 3 or 4 times while we went through the whole shopping center, they would like individually see me from a distance, and then like as we got closer would like step out and like come up to me, and they were like, sorry sir, have you got a mask, like you need to be wearing a mask and all. I was like, I can't wear them. And that's all I had to say. I can't wear them. Not I'm not wearing it, not I don't have one, not like not anything else, like, you know, it was like I can't wear them, like I can't do it, like. And and that's all I had to say. They all, like every one of them to a man was just like, yeah, no worries, because that's the rule set they were given. If somebody says that they can't wear it for some sort of personal, religious, or medical reason, or any of these things, then you can't tell them that they have to wear it, because then you're legally liable and all this fucking shit. It's like, it's just a game. It's just a fucking game. And if you know what move to make, then you win. It's that simple. And that's what's kind of like that's what like ultimately brings it to a comedy rather than a tragedy, like, do you know what I mean? Because like all the stuff that appears tragic is actually comedic. You just have to see it. And so there, you know, like recently, like I have been I've been saying it, you know, like I've been watching these videos on YouTube, and like I've been focused on the tragic, You know, focused on my wrath, um, and my lust to a degree, because like I miss Emma and she's not here. Um, so like I've been focused on my wrath. I've been focused on my lust, and it's like distracted me. It's distracted me from this, you know. And I know I've said it already. Like I said it last night to Scouts as well. It's like this the streams the past few months. Like yes, I'm the one painting the stuff, sure, but the streams have been as good as they have been because of you guys, you know. And like I I can't thank you enough. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, because it's one of the things that like keeps me going. It's one of the things that like it gives me a laugh. You guys make me laugh. I know I make you laugh too, but like it's a two-way street. It's not like I'm an endless source of fucking joy and all this fucking shit. Like, do you know what I mean? If anything, like Iron Man Bear pointed out before, like, you know, I have those days often enough, you know, where like I'm a grumpy fucker and I'm like, you know, I'm struggling, like, you know, and it's you guys that fucking keep me going, like, you know. And that's one of the reasons why I try to, as much as I can, like always show up, you know, because you guys deserve it. You guys like I owe you, you know. I owe you my time because you guys have given me your love and your effort, and it's that's how it should be. That's what it should be. You know, it's not about the money. Um, it's about the love. It's about the effort. You know, it's about the intent. Um, and with that said, I think we still have more music today. You know, so we get the tunes going, and I'll stop ranting. Rome never fell. It's simply rebranded. Yeah, like I was watching that predictive history guy, the fucking Chinese professor dude, and essentially what we're dealing with right now is like a rebranded version of the British Empire. The British Empire became the American Empire, but it's still basically the British Empire. Don't owe us nothing, bro, other than your friendship. I do, though. Like, well, I may not factually, but that's what I believe. I believe I owe you guys my time, especially lately. You know, with you and Printer and Demon Hunter, like sending me stuff, given like even if it's only 5 minutes of like here's a phrase of the day or whatever, or like fucking you guys are making tunes on Suno or whatever. Like you guys are this stream as much as I am now. You know, maybe in the beginning it was all me, but like now Painting Goo isn't just me. Painting Goo is the Japanites, and you guys are the Japanites. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like it's fucking awesome. I love it. Like, and I know you guys love it. Otherwise, you wouldn't show up every day. Like, so it's like I believe I owe it to you guys to keep showing up and to keep doing it and to keep just keep painting. Like, right, what do we got? I think Printer Bear put something in, but so did Stabaroo. War of the Worlds and shit. My foot yesterday's stream got banned in multiple countries because I played that album. How retarded is that? Like, so fucking stupid. Okay, I'm gonna start off with Painting Goo and then I'll play these ones. Hold on, I stick these in fucking. I'm gonna stick these in the saved messages group. And then I'll fucking play them in order. I'm gonna start off with the Painting Goo tune. It's a fucking great tune. It's so handy all having them in one space where I can just like you just page up and page down on the laptop and just like fuck it. Like the amount of shit you guys have made, like it's fucking incredible. Like that's why your one that I'm doing the workshop with, she was like, Jesus, the sheer volume of stuff that you have done is like kind of insane. How have you only got like 117 subscribers? Do you remember some randomer came in and said that one time? It was like, how have you only got 117 subscribers? Like, it's like, it is what it is, nigga. It is what it is. I often get a thought. I often get this like thought that like years from now, it could be 10 years from now or whatever, like um Painting Goo will like blow up. Like people will discover this stream and be like, it'll go viral or something. People will be like, like fucking check this out, this is deadly and all. Like, how long is this boy? Oh my god, he's been doing this for years. Like, where's the Painting Goo one? I thought it was the first one. Give me 2 seconds. I could have sworn it was the first one. Painting Goo playlist. Like, one of the playlists has 46 songs. Like, it's fucking hilarious. There we go. Found it. I love this. It's fucking hilarious. I'm here because I refuse to be queer, so get used to it. Yeah, I see. I put them all in 4 different versions. It's hilarious. People can't handle the honesty. Yeah, I suppose, like, that's true in real life as well as, like, online. Like, people, they can't handle my fucking... It's what your one that I'm doing the workshop with, like, loves my vibe because I'm just, like... How did she describe it? She was like, you have this, like, fiery energy that, like, just, like, emanates. And I was like, thanks. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm fucking tired, though. Fucking knackered, like. Just keep painting.
Colors drip, they slide, they fall. Coffee drank, now fuel for more. My hands are messy, my mind's a zoo. Painting Goo. Painting Goo. Painting me. Painting you. Sip, sip. Rap, rap.
I'm gonna use a palette knife actually, because
bitches wet, they drip, they fall. Canvas screaming, let's paint them all. A smear smudge, a masterpiece too. Painting Goo. It's no wounds, it's lavish too. Characters rushed away the light. No rules, no plan, just let it do. Goo, Painting Goo.
I have noticed that like throughout my life where like there's been people that have been like they can only like they can only take so much of me. And I used to think that I was like that was my fault, where I was like, you know, oh, maybe I need to like dial it down a bit or something. But it's like what Owen talks about. It's like you shouldn't be bringing yourself down for the sake of other people. You know, like it's like I recently learned this actually. It was your one that I'm doing a workshop with that said it to me. She said the German translation of the word humble is to be as big as you are and no more. And that makes perfect sense. I am me. No more, no less. I'm just me. And that's how it should be.
Painting go.
Need more water. Right, Europe.
Right, we get the new ones going. I seriously couldn't stop laughing at that this morning when I read the thing where it's like it has that that yellow triangle with the exclamation mark in it on the last stream I did yesterday, and I was like, I got an email from YouTube and all being like, this stream has been blocked in certain countries and all. And it's like, why? Like, you know, like I thought I said some shit or something. No, it's because I played that War of the Worlds album. Like, I always think that's so fucking retarded. It's like, you're not allowed to play my song. It's like, well then why did you make music if you don't want people to hear it? Like, what the fuck? Like, it's just so fucking retarded, like. Absolute bellends, like. Makes no sense.
No one would have believed. Pinlight glimpses. Accompanied only by smear glopsy. Softly glowing mass of thoughtful goop.
Thoughtful goop!
Their endless drift between collapsing stars to observe a small, unruly planet.
Thoughtful goop.
They did not arrive in thunder. They did not arrive in flame. They arrived with clipboards of light and an increasingly long list of concerns. From the silence beyond time.
That's really good. A tree can't chop itself down to make it easier to climb. Why should you? That's brilliant. That's a bar and a half, that is.
Not a tragedy or a joke taken too far. At the moment their instruments focused, the planet began its performance. On a deserted island, amid battled baboon and stolen military regalia. God, the crates of narcotics with the devotion of a war god, fighting anyone who suggested a better system. An emperor known as No Sea-Wang, vast in body and ambition, declared himself a genius, smiling enough to frighten the concept of abundance.
Lyrics are hilarious.
And yet it spins. The vision to multiply. A pickle-shaped starfighter. Patrol the skies with purpose but no mission. A Chilean rainbow tap poured color endlessly, refusing to explain why. A crystal pony played tennis alone, winning every match. And
You like fuse them all into one song. That's deadly.
Samoans in McCann feuded loudly with a Georgian sled eagle. Over borders neither could pronounce. Pinleg adjusted the zoom. Spear Globstein began reconsidering eternity. Then came the forests. In an emerald wilderness.
The Skyrim Jew is created and has a name. Sent you a screenshot and placed it.
All in Sauron.
That's awesome. I'll check it out later.
His honor intact, his fate apparently non-negotiable. Elsewhere, an island ruled entirely by rats, too large to remember why they hated boats. A Brazilian dunce wearing an elephant as though it were formal attire. Addressed no audience and received thunderous applause anyway. An ancient elk, born of conflict and covenant, wandered alone, remembered by everyone. Understood by no one. What kind of world does this? Spear Globstein asked, grammatically shaken. Odds of the world surviving inspection are a million to none. He said, the odds of the world surviving inspection are a billion to none. Yet still we pause. Yes, the odds of the world surviving inspection are a billion to none. Yet still we pause. Then came the most troubling possibility of all. What if none of this was real?
What if none of
What
it
if
was
this
real?
planet, its monsters, its miracles, its poorly dressed mammals,
It's poorly dressed, man.
finished thought of a half-mortal, a distracted demigod called Defenderu, inventing meaning to avoid boredom. If so,
Inventing meaning to avoid boredom. Oh, that's so true. I didn't think I'd get away with the name, but he is officially
simply another
Jaime
waiting
Schmuckelbergstein.
what happens next. Spear Globstein.
Not sharing with the class. I checked the Telegraph.
Stars remained undecided,
Yeah, like,
and humanity
can you put it in the Telegram? I don't know.
continued unsupervised.
If he can't share it, I'll share it later, or I'll get him to share it later. Jaime Schmuckelbergstein. Oh, that's hilarious.
A thin, softly glowing mass of thoughtful good, which of their endless drift between collapsing stars, to observe a small, unruly planet. They did not arrive in thunder. They did not arrive in flame. They arrived with clipboards of light and an increasingly long list of concerns. From the silence beat
Catastrophically poor decision.
And Pinleg asked very calmly, is this world a tragedy? Or a joke taken too far?
A bit of both.
At the moment their instruments focused, the planet began its performance. On a deserted island, a metal baboon and stolen military regalia. Guarded crates of narcotics with the devotion of a war god. Fight anyone who suggested a better system. An emperor known as No Seaway, vast in body and ambition, declared himself a
Vast in body and ambition. Brilliant. What do you mean nobody scheduled a war? Why am I wearing this armor? Have I donned my battle dress in vain? It's so funny. This is hilarious. I love the way you've like fused them all into one.
Divisions multiplied. A pickle-shaped starfighter. Patrol the skies with purpose but no mission. A chilling rainbow tap poured color endlessly, refusing to explain why. A crystal pony played tennis alone, winning every match and still looking disappointed. A Samoan different cannon feuded loudly with a Georgian sled eagle over borders.
So if other people heard this, they'd be like, what? What is going on? Painting is going on. That's what's going on. A crystal pony plays tennis alone. Oh, that's hilarious.
Then came the forests. In an emerald wilderness, murderous monkeys stood in perfect silence. Surrounding a fallen samurai, his blade broken, his honor intact, his fate apparently non-negotiable. Controlled entirely by rats, too large to remember why they hated boats. A Brazilian dunce, wearing an elephant as though it were formal attire, addressed no audience and received thunderous applause anyway. An ancient elk, born of conflict and covenant, wandered alone, remembered by everyone, understood by no one. What kind of world does this? Sneer Glubstein asked, grammatically shaken. The odds of a world surviving inspection are a billion to none, he said. The odds of a world surviving inspection are a billion to none. Yet still we pause. Yes, the odds of a world surviving inspection are a billion to none. Yet still we pause. Yes, the odds. Then came the most troublesability of all. What if none of this was real? What if this planet, its monsters, its miracles, its poorly dressed mammals were merely the unfinished thought of a half-mortal, a distracted demigod called Defenderu, inventing meaning to avoid, bored simply another character, waiting for the author to decide what happens next. Smear gloves time dimmed thoughtfully. The stars remained undecided, and humanity, for the moment, continued unsupervised.
Fucking hilarious, man. That's absolutely hilarious.
No one would have believed that Pinleg Glipshits,
Pinleg glitch.
accompanied only by Smear Glopstein,
Oh, fucking hell.
a sentient, softly glowing
Hold on a minute. A thoughtful goop. That's so funny. Oh my god. That is hilarious. Did my best to make him as ugly as possible. He looks like he looks like a disgruntled Neanderthal. Oh man, that's so funny. You should have given him the most, like, I don't know, I can't remember how many hairstyles Skyrim has, but you should have given him like the most outlandish fucking hair. And you need to find him like the closest thing to a yarmulke. Fucking. Oh, that's hilarious.
mass of thoughtful goop would interrupt their endless drift between collapsing stars to observe a small, unruly planet. They did not arrive in thunder.
The smaller the hat, the bigger the sneak. Indeed.
They arrive with clipboards of light and an increasingly long list of concerns.
10.
From the silence beyond time, they watched a species capable of poetry, engineering, and catastrophically poor decisions. And Pinleg asked, very calmly, is this world a tragedy? Or a joke taken too far? At the moment their instruments focused, the planet began its performance. On a deserted island, a meth-addled baboon in stolen military regalia guarded crates of narcotics with the devotion of a war god, biting anyone who suggested a better system. An emperor known as Nosy Wang, vast in body and ambition, declared himself a genius while eating enough to frighten the concept of abundance. Nearby niggled a knight, polished, armored, and painfully eager, paced an empty field, desperate for a glorious battle, furious that no one had scheduled one. Smear
That's some
Glopstein
funny
emitted
shit,
a
man.
nervous bubble. Pinleg made a note. Pickle-shaped starfighter patrolled the skies with purpose but no mission. A Chilean rainbow tap poured color endlessly, refusing to explain why. A crystal pony played tennis alone, winning every match and still looking disappointed. A Simone zipper cannon feuded loudly with a Georgian sled eagle over borders neither could pronounce. Pinleg adjusted the zoom. Smear Glopstein began reconsidering eternity. Then came the forest. In an emerald wilderness, murderous monkeys stood in perfect silence, surrounding a fallen samurai, his blade broken, his honor intact, his fate apparently non-negotiable. Elsewhere, an island ruled entirely by rats, too large to remember why they
The
hate
fucking
us.
the fact that you're talking about Skyrim and like he keeps saying elsewhere. Elsewhere is a place in what's that, like Tamriel? Is that the whole like the Middle Earth equivalent of like Oblivion? Like you got was it Elsewhere, Morrowind, Skyrim? I can't remember the rest of them. Like, but Elsewhere is where the elves are from, I think. I just like I caught that on the second version, I think, where I was like, he's talking about Skyrim, and the song just said Elsewhere. It's hilarious. That's a little nerd sync.
A Brazilian dunce, wearing an elephant as though it were formal attire, addressed no audience and received thunderous applause anyway. An ancient elf, born of conflict and covenant, wandered alone, remembered by everyone, understood by no one. What kind of world does this? Smearglopstein asked, grammatically shaken. The odds of a world surviving inspection are 1,000,000 to none, he said. The odds of a world surviving inspection are 1,000,000 to none. Yet still we pause. Yes, the odds of a world surviving inspection are 1,000,000 to none. Yet still we pause. Then came the most troubling possibility of all. What if none of this was real? What if this planet, its monsters, its miracles, its poorly dressed mammals, were merely the unfinished thought of a half-mortal, a distracted demigod called Defender, inventing meaning to avoid boredom.
It's legit hilarious.
What did that make Pimlick Glipshits? An executioner? A critic? Or simply another character? Waiting for the author to decide what happens next. Smear Glopstein dimmed thoughtfully. The stars remained undecided and humanity, for the moment, continued unsupervised.
Those fucking they're brilliant, man. Uh, yeah, the writing is great. Each version amplifies funnier parts I miss in the version before. It's so fucking funny, like grammatically shocked at all. Like, yeah, poorly dressed mammals is fucking hilarious. Like, there's so many like absolute bars in that. Like, it's fucking brilliant. Like, inventing purpose to avoid boredom. Like, that's so true. They're fucking brilliant. I love the way you like fused all of them into like one thing and all. It is fucking deadly. It's really good, man. It was like that wasn't just funny. Like some of it was like fucking like Printer Bear said, it's legit hilarious, but also very well written. Like, did you guys see the fucking thing that Emmanuel put in? Man, he is so good. Emmanuel is legit. The dude is fucking legit. There's absolutely no denying that guy's skill when it comes to paint. When it comes to painting, I'm really not happy with this thing. Wanted to try and do a centipede or something. Maybe I should just do a snake. I don't know. because of the kind of Sekiro vibe, you know, with the murderous monkeys and the samurai and all. Like, for those of you who have not played Sekiro, there's like the undead things in Sekiro are they're undead because they're infected by a parasite, which is fascinating. You know, perhaps some gravy there. But yeah, I wanted to do a centipede or something like. I think I might just do a snake out of this one, and then maybe I'll do a centipede somewhere else or some shit. Like, I'm just gonna put some like little things in this, and then I'll sign it, and we'll finish it today. It's the time for phrase of day. Glorious. A monkey bead. Jesus, that's terrifying. I don't know if I have the room. I'd want to make that fucker kind of big. Maybe that could be the next painting goo. Some kind of like parasite-ridden gorilla. Like the fucking Guardian Ape out of Sekiro. Guardian Ape out of Sekiro is one of the coolest fucking whatever about being a boss character or whatever. It's just one of the coolest concepts I've ever seen in a video game. Is a giant white ape, which technically isn't an ape, I think, because it's got a tail, so it's technically a monkey. But it just has like it has a massive odachi, you know, like the giant bastard katanas just like halfway through its neck. And it's a fucking awesome fight. Sekiro is incredible. It's like such a good game. Part of me wants to download it and play it again. Like I keep like Bloodborne and Sekiro are games I keep going back to, but then like because I can't just sit down and like lose myself in them. I keep not finishing them, and then I leave them for a while or whatever like that. That's why I really want to get into a routine of like. I might try and do that where maybe even the mornings what I should do is fucking after a workout I'll sit down and like stream whatever video game I'm playing for a few hours or something like because I'd love to like actually like 100% complete or as near enough as I can complete most of the games that I have in my library. I've got like 336 games or something like. Okay, I'm gonna make this thing like a bright blue, and turn it into a snake. Make this fucker bright blue and turn it into a snake. I used an alternate start mod that gives the option to avoid dragons and Helgen entirely. I also found a mod that makes the Thal more friendly. That's hilarious. These tunes slap, by the way. Yeah, they're really good. Like, super talented, gleeful Sigma Omega. Who? Me? Or who are you talking about? Oh, Emmanuel. I was like, that's not me, is it? No, yeah, fucking Emmanuel. Yeah, for sure. Anytime I've like thought of like what the fuck I am, it's like Omega Bravo maybe or something. I don't fucking know. Like, but then it's not like, yeah, I don't know. So sometimes I feel like I'm a version of an alpha, but probably more of a like, because I do work well in groups, and I can like hold a room, which is typically not what Omega or Sigmas do. But I don't know. Yeah, I'd probably be a Bravo. I do like being under the command of an excellent alpha. Which is probably why my energy is so fucking erratic, you know, the past 10 years or something, because I don't have a leader, so I've had to lead myself, which is one of the reasons why I like relate to Owen so much, because he's like, I prefer like having a guy who's like, you know, do this and do this and do this and do this, because then you can just like, you can just be you and not have to worry about all the extra shit. And I struggle with like being like, I don't want to be in charge. I have no interest of being in charge, like, you know. But I can do it if nobody else picks up this, if nobody else is picking up the slack. I've often done that where I'm like, are you serious? Like, is no one gonna take the helm? Oh Jesus! And then I do it like. What if you painted a? Oh, I already read that one. So a Saiyan ape. Yeah, kinda. Yeah. We all have tinges of each in different scenarios. Yeah, like that. Yeah, because that's what I was basically describing just there. Is like, it depends on the context that I find myself in. Like I could definitely be an Omega. I have like Omega tendencies. I definitely have Sigma tendencies where like I couldn't give a flying fuck what other people think or like what the hierarchy needs or whatever. I'm like, fuck you guys, like, you know, like, and like Omega, like I like being on my own, like, you know, Alpha, I can take charge if I need to, but I don't like doing it. But I'd say where I shine is like Brava, maybe even sometimes Delta. Where I'm just like, I'm here, use me. Like, give me an objective, like. But I'd say the Delta is probably like the least that I have, because I'm like I'm perfectly happy inventing my own purpose. I'm perfectly happy just like, and I don't necessarily need, like, isn't one of the traits of a Delta being like they need recognition of their good work kind of thing? Like, they're constantly like, did I do a good job? Did I do a good job? Did I do a good job? Like, a lot of the time I don't give a fuck. Like, I do things because I like doing them, you know? But you're dead right. I mean, like, that's it. Like, anytime you see a load of people being like, I'm this, I'm that, I'm this, I'm that, I'm like, I'm always sitting there going, I don't fucking know, I'm lots of things. Like, it's like when I spoke about that thing where like, what do you mean you? What is you? Like, you is like a multitude of things that like every second, every moment, every breath, like there is like there's so many different things working in unison that they like a jigsaw puzzle. There's all these different pieces that interact with each other in a given moment in time that make up the thing that is you, in quotes. Like you're they say that like your gut is like your second brain. So like you've two brain, you've a mind, you've a body, you've a soul. So it's like, what is you? Like, it's like it's a very poor way to describe a thing that is like multifaceted, you know. But then it does make sense when you're saying I am, because that's the acknowledgement of like the witness, the consciousness or whatever. Like, what's this now? Oh yeah, so War of the Realms, cool. So now we have more War of the Realms music, but this is Printer Bears ones. Class. 4 minutes and 44 seconds. Nice.
No one would have suspected, in the early years of the 21st century, that human affairs were being observed from the timeless void of space. No one could have imagined that we were being scrutinized as someone with a microscope examines creatures that swarm and divide in a drop of water. Few men even pondered the possibility of life beyond the firmament. And yet, across the vastness of space, minds immeasurably greater to ours regarded this earth with covetous eyes, and slowly and surely they measured our actions against us. At 4 GMT on the 23rd day of January, a huge mass of radiant gas passed our firmament and hovered over Canada. Across 5,780 miles of maple and misery,
Maple and misery.
oblivious of the danger coming towards it, came the first of the projectiles that were to bring so much calamity to Earth. As I watched, there was yet another jet of gas. It was another projectile setting on its way, and that's how it was for the next 9 days and 11 hours. A flash spurting out from the firmament, bright green, drawing a green haze behind it. A beautiful, but somehow unsettling sight. The scientist assured me we were in no danger. He was convinced there could be no sentient thing beyond our realm. There's no chance of anything coming from the stars. You're incredibly dumb, he said. There's no chance of anything coming from the stars. You're incredibly dumb, but still they advance. To then beam the night the first blast approached Earth. It was thought to be an ordinary northern light, bright, colorful, and incredibly gay. But the next day, the entirety of Canada was turned glass. No one really noticed.
No one really noticed.
And media came to inspect what lay there. A cylinder 30 yards across, burning hot, but faint sounds of motion coming from within. Suddenly the top began shifting, rotating, unscrewing, and awoke man feared there was a moose stuck trying to escape. He rested the cylinder, but a green glob fast and clung to his face. He peeled and cried, but the living jelly was immovable. You could hear him screaming, "Get it off!" Just before the firearm roused ricochet off the green map. There's no chance of anything coming from the stars. You're incredibly dumb, he said. There's no chance
That's silly.
of anything coming from the stars.
We're incredibly dumb.
But still they advance. Yes, there's no chance of anything coming from the stars. You're
Incredibly dumb. It has a little bit of Muse in it.
There's no chance of anything coming from the stars. Incredibly dumb, but still they advance.
That's hilarious.
It seems totally absurd, but now that everyone spent that evening as though it were just like any normal other. From the railway station came the sound of clanking trains, ringing and rumbling, softened almost into hum and tranquil.
Did you just put Smear on that playlist? Awesome. Yeah, oh, man, I fucking love this tune. I think fucking this and the nematode shit, like, fucking really vibe with them, like.
My name is Smear Bloodstein, a sentient goop, a living jelly, primed and ready to conquer the likes of you. Cling fast to your God, I'll cling to your face. I'm Smith Lobster. Your mind I erase.
It's such a banger, man.
An elastic life form, like lethal sea. Pliable and liable to destruct and reform. Peoples and nations, our imagination, where you serve me and my master. Cling fast to you, God. I'll cling to your face. I'm Smear Lobster. Your mind I'll
You're just jelly.
You just jelly of this living jelly.
Oh, I fucking love that tune, man. That's a home run and a half, that is.
And next, as the man's corpse lie before them, the military men and women gathered, hypnotized by the unscrewing of the cylinder at 3.3 feet of glistening screw unwinding, when suddenly the lid fell off. Arose was what appeared to be a blue wetticle with gills and hieroglyphics. It was a huge skull and stared back at us. Its lipless
It was a
mouth
huge
quivered,
skull.
gave a menacing smile. Its rounded belly shined. Bright yellow suit and the thin snake-like legs started to switch and kick clumsy as the creature
Oh, that caught me off guard.
began to laugh and light a cigarette. The men crept
I know, like, the guy knows how to make music, man. Like, seriously, like.
She pulled out a small blaster.
And, like, the stuff you come up with is fucking brilliant as well, like.
To pound
These are very like these are almost like even, but just very different. You know, like the fucking clean amongst filth thing you made is fucking deadly. I love it. Like
People clawed their way off the crater, as did I. I felt I was being toyed with, like a cat plays with a mouse, letting it run before eating it ass first. Surely the creature was right behind me. But silence. At last I reached home, New Hampshire, and in the dim coalesce of my home, I wrote a V in my journal, next to my phrases of the day, and complimentary Polish jokes before I sank into a restless, haunted sleep.
you don't know how true that is. A restless, haunted sleep. It's very true lately. That's some wild dream.
I woke to alien sounds hammering from the crater and hurried to the bus station to get internet and check my news feed. To do the memes were all the same as ever. Countless herds of pervs, degenerate snowflakes, furries, all self-indulged and oblivious. The creature continued hammering and stirring, relentless, tediously at work upon the machines he was making. Now and again a beam, like that of a lighthouse, swept the sky, and the circuit blaster was sure to follow. In the afternoon, a troop of soldiers came through and deployed along the edge of the crater to form a barrier. That evening, there was a violent crash, and I realized with horror that my home was now within range of the creature's weapon. At dawn, a falling star with a trail of green mist landed with a flash like summer lightning. This was the second cylinder.
Oh, or just ends. For a second, I thought I got cut off there.
Sit the ground in a brown stained shirt. Gray hair shining under dying satellites. Tiny legs sinking in the mud of progress.
Where he says tiny legs, tiny legs.
Planetary metrics beside him crawls smeared lobster. Think a sludge with 1,000 eyes. Scanning streets, scrolling minds. No signal back, just noise and lies. We listen hard. We waited long. Static answers. is the place. Cities blinking like dying machines. Endless talk, but nothing means. Wars for symbols, gods for sale. Empty pride in a carbon jail. Smear glab steam bubbles, thinks it through. Runs the odds, the
Yeah, man, the two of them, like, you guys need to, like, collab and DJ or something, like.
they're self-aware.
You guys would have a gaff party hopping.
We stay too long. All this power
Oh, fuck yeah, sorry, I forgot.
wasted wrong.
Completely forgot. I, like, said it and all. I was like, oh, time for phrase of Deo. And then I, like, fucking just completely skipped over it. The next one's called The Artillery Person and the Meatballs. Oh, man. This shit's hilarious. The amount of laughs that I get out of this stream, like, is seriously one of the main things that's been keeping me going mentally the last while. It's so fucking funny, like the imagery of the gunfight between fucking Pinleg and like a load of human soldiers or something, and like him just picking up Smear and chucking him at a guy. And just wrapping around his head and like hitting the ground and all. Like that in the middle of a really intense gunfight just makes me fucking laugh so hard. Like, cause you just have like dudes either side of him, just like he gets a smack of this jelly in the head and then like can't breathe and hits the deck and they're just like, what the fuck? Like, it's just shit like that just like makes me laugh. It's so fucking funny.
Right, it is indeed time for today's phrase of the day, my beloved Japonoita. With the help of my feathery friend, Tobias Beakus Cross, I will announce today's phrase of the day. With the ding of my tiny donga and its mighty songa, I send cleansing vibrations through the interweb to cleanse you filthy mortars of your dirty, filthy chi. Fuck that one up. Damn fan. Right. Today's phrase of the day is as follows. Glitter is the herpes of arts and crafts. That made me laugh out loud when I read it earlier on. When he sent it to me, I was just like, glitter is the herpes of arts and crafts. And I was like, it fucking is. Like, it gets everywhere. It's really hard to get off you sometimes. It can be stuck on you for days, weeks, or months on end, and you'll think you got all of it, and then like you'll notice that you've still got some of it on you. Like, it's actually perfect. Glitter is the herpes of arts and crafts. Oh, it's fucking so true, man. Right. Bonus Porak Joker. How do you know your home has been robbed by a Polak? Your dog is pregnant, the trash is missing, and your wife is locked in the cellar. I just imagining coming home and like, you know, your front door is smashed in. You're like, oh shit, I've been robbed. And like you go into the kitchen or something, and the dog is just sitting there looking really sad and like bulbous around the midriff. Like your dog is pregnant. trash is missing and your wife is locked in the cellar. Oh, that's fucking hilarious. This concludes today's phrase of the day. Oh, fuck me, that's funny. Your dog is pregnant. Oh, fuck. We're collabing all the time. Printer's a huge help. Oh, yeah? All right. Oh, yeah, because you said that he, like, sent you the prompt for shit. No, that's true, yeah. Fuck it, squirrel. Oh, yeah, I'm fucking guilty as fuck of that shit, like. Especially when I'm in a good mood. Like, when I'm in a good mood, I'm fucking, like, ADHD to fuck. Like, I squirrel all over the place. What was it that Emmanuel said? I can't even light a cigarette with going on a fucking tangent. Ugh. Oh, fuck. It's somehow funnier hearing out loud. Man, that is fucking hilarious. Like, how do you know your home's been robbed by a Polak? Your dog is pregnant. Like, you could have just said that. Like, you could have just left it at your dog is pregnant. Like, that's fucking funny, man. Oh, Christ. I'll just start this again. Oh, Christ, that's funny.
Think a sludge with 1,000 eyes, scanning streets, scrolling minds, no signal back, just noise and lies. We listen hard, we wait alone, static answers, something's wrong. Is this intelligence or just a screen? Do they think at all or only dream? Finger on the trigger, judgment in play. Too glass to play, so not a glass to play. Said he's blinking like dying machines. Endless talk, but nothing means. Wars for symbols, gods for sale. Empty pride in a carbon jail. Smear glab steam bubbles, thinks it through. Runs the odds, the numbers skew. Pin leg size, looks to the sky. Still no proof they're self-aware. We came in peace. We stay too long. All this power finger on the trigger, judgment in place. To bless the place and not to bless the play. Silence falls, the scales hang low. Mercy flickers, protocol says no. One more scan before the flame. One last chance to change the game. Hands of fate in alien space. To glass the place
Or not to glass the place.
or not. The clanging from the abyss and sound of gunmen grew louder. My terror rose at the sound of someone slipping into the house. Then I saw it was a young artillery person.
Young artillery
Covered in grime
person.
and dirt and purple hair.
Bollocks. Anyone help?
Come closer here to take this.
That's queer name.
This Lundu.
What's going on up there?
They slaying us hundreds dead, maybe thousands. The circuit blaster?
The Bites. They were inside the second cylinder. Giant meatballs with brilliantly white teeth. They slaughtered us all.
Meatballs?
Yes, they slingshot around with their stretchy tentacles, covered in barbs, constantly yelling glib shits. Over and over, glib shits, glib shits.
What on earth is a glib shit?
They came from the cylinder landing last night.
Yes, it looked headed for France. France! Margie! I hadn't imagined there could be threat to Margie. That 8 acres was my backup plan, so many miles away. I must go there immediately. We'll all have to flee south.
Yes, and I must go to answer to headquarters.
It's like, what?
If there's
What in
any
God's
more-
name is a glib shit? Oh, that's hilarious.
At the Giverny, I pulled my bus up to an inn. It looked abandoned.
Is everyone dead?
Not everyone look. 6 cannons with gunners waiting by.
Spear checkers and arrows against the thunder. They haven't seen the Bites yet.
We rushed along the path to Margie's cell. There was a violent explosion. The ground lurched, windows splintered, and gusts of smoke burst in the air. Watch! There! Slithering from the bush! What did I tell you?
It's fucking hilarious.
mighty, mighty clan. And you're out foraging for berries and grapes, grape haze, in the local forest region. And the mighty bitey slithers from the bush, proceeds to steal all your belongings and take a big chunk out of your ass, and then scurry off into the distance, laughing at you while you bleed from your bum and realize that you have been mugged by a monster. All hail the mighty Bitey. Bitey. The last thing you wanna come across is a member of the mighty Bitey clan, and you're out foraging for berries and grapes, grape haze in the local forest region. And a mighty Bitey slithers from the bush, proceeds to steal all your belongings and take a big chunk out of your ass, and then scurry off into the distance, laughing at you while you bleed for your palm and realize that you have been mugged by a monster. All hail the mighty Bitey. Bitey, Bitey. Bitey, Bitey. The last thing you wanna come across is a member of the mighty Bitey clan, and you're out foraging for berries and grapes, grape haze in the local forest region. And the mighty Bitey slithers from the bush, proceeds to steal all your belongings and take a big check out of your ass, and then scurry off into the distance, laughing at you while you bleed from your palm and realize that you have been mugged by a monster. All hail the mighty Bitey. Bitey, Bitey. The last thing you wanna come across is a member of the mighty Bitey clan, and you're out foraging from berries and grapes, grape haze in the local forest region. And the mighty Bitey slithers from the bush, proceeds to steal all your belongings and take a big chunk out of your ass, and then scurry off into the distance, laughing at you while you bleed from your ball and realize that you have been mugged by a monster. Hail the mighty Bitey. Oh, mighty Bitey. Bitey, Bitey.
Printer set the weirdness meter to 100% on Suno for this one. The man turned the weirdness knob to 100 and ripped it off. That's hilarious.
So funny.
Bitey, Bitey. The last thing you wanna come across is a member of the mighty, mighty cloud. And you're up foraging for berries and grapes, great haze in the local forest region. And the mighty bitey slithers from.
Oh. Just ends. Or it bugged out, I don't know. That's hilarious. The fucking this thumbnail for that and all is fucking gas, man. How dare you? I know, like it just ends. I'll slap on nematode. I'm like addicted to this. It has enraptured my nervous system.
It's in the soul where secrets hide. A little splash, the roots can find. Leaves grow greener, reaching wide. It's magic, it's science, it's nature's art. From the forest floor to a gardener's heart. Wood vinegar, healing leaves and chasing scars. Wood vinegar makes the earth one with the stars. Keeps the past from calling home. Helps the compost break its throne. Plants are singing, we're not alone. A smoky breath from trees gone by, whispering hope to seeds that try. Wood vinegar, healing leaves and chasing scars. Wood vinegar makes the earth one with the stars. Smokes. Ooh.
I could probably afford to stick around for a bit. I'm not finished with this snake. I'm on your summer.
Out in the hollow where the shadows creep, lives a man
Was trying to get that to work this morning and ran out of time. Full weirdness, send it.
stained black like the night he hides.
Oh, too fucking right.
With a finger bright, he's the turning man, the keeper of decay, brewing life from death in his secret clay, whispering to worms, calling spores to rise. He's the turning man with the spectral lights. Temperatures rise in his steaming heaps. He watches them breathe, he listens, he keeps a cauldron of compost, a witch's brew.
Cool, excuse me.
Only he ever knew.
I'll let that dry for a bit before I put another layer on.
Circles begun, feeding the dark till it breaks the He's the turning man, the keeper of decay, brewing life from death in his secret clay, whispering to worms, calling spores to rise. He's the turning man with his spectral He walks in a mist where no footsteps fall. A shadow of a shadow's no face at all. Fungal fingers weave through his veins. Every breath he takes smells like rain. Smells like rain. Turning over and over and I'm a crop in a cage, sterile field, measured sage. Hands on me, 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 hands on me. Dose after dose just to breathe. Glyphosate, glyphosate, glyphosate. They feed me chemicals, call it keeping me alive. But the soil is numb, and I can feel the sky.
is healing, but I feel the chain. Devastated, torn and medicated, barren yet cultivated, gated, overregulated.
Want the blood to stand out, so I'm gonna put like a purple glaze over his armor.
Complying, roots dissolving, but still surviving. This isn't living, it's maintaining. I am the product you're sustaining. I can't escape the dose. I can't escape the dose. I can't escape. Great deserted. Barren. Oversedated. Isolated. Reposated. Medicated. Medicated. One foot on the brake, gas pushed to the floor. So pumped in my veins, keep demanding me more. Glyphosated. 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 A perfect place, a perfect home, a simple seal upon the dome. Equal sugar, equal flesh. Hear them breeding and feasting on death. I can feel the squeeze. One amongst the feet. 10 billion mashing teeth. Turn the skin to meat. Osmotic release. How sweet the taste, how sweet the smell, the perfect mix to break your cells. Pull the water from deep within, release nutrients for us to begin. I can feel the squeeze. One amongst the feet. 10 billion miles. laceration, purification. The sweet release, sweet release. Tangle, strangle, Kelly's dry, torn up, used up, poison. Lies. Did you break ground or just tear me apart? Bring life back to my heart. Cover crop, cover me, hold me tight, lay me down, out of sight. Feed the unseen, deep below, layer by layer, generations grow, cover crop. My breath, a sweet song unsung. I feel it shifting. Life is just begun. Rooted in promises, each sprout a thread, a tapestry of life that will never end. Don't let the storm strip me bare. The family we build will anchor us there. Cover crop, cover me, hold me tight, lay me down, out of sight. Feed the unseen, below, layer by layer, generations grow. So, cover crop. Oh, so, cover crop. Cover crop. Cover crop. Chop. Black root, white thread, exchange. Nothing said. I call razor. I move. I do. I call razor. Symbiotic, we're provided.
Imagine imagine a stadium full of people rocking out to this tune, band throwing sugar at them all. Fuck. Everybody be sticky, it'd be horrible. It's like Gallagher but darker. What's Gallagher? We gotta at least reply surveys V1 or V3. I almost didn't send you these. I'm gonna get 4 more tunes to this list, I think, and toss it up to the distributor platforms. Turns out it's pretty much free or cheap as fuck. Glad you enjoyed it. Oh, I fucking love the Nematode list, man. They're really good, like. What's the distributor platforms? YouTube. Yeah, I'm assuming YouTube, Spotify. What'd it be? I don't know. I can't think of others now. iTunes. I asked ChatGPT how to get him Spotify and such. There's websites that get them up on all platforms for like $5 to $25 a year, or free if you don't collect any grab. He's the comedian that smashes watermelons with sledgehammers. Never heard of him. That's a throwback. I haven't seen that guy since I was a kid. Yeah, I've never heard of him. Never seen him. The first thing that came to my mind there about smashing watermelons was the guy that did that. He actually recently died, like last year or something. It was this really cool guy that did like gun knowledge on his channel. It was Paul Harold, and he had this hilarious like opening intro. It was like, gun safety or not, you be the judge. And he just has a watermelon on a fucking table, and like without looking at the thing, he just like from the waist just shoots the watermelon. It's like, safe or not, you be the judge. Bang! And just like annihilates the watermelon. Paul Harold's channel was like, R.I.P. Paul. Dude was he was a fucking animal. Like, some of his videos are brilliant. Like, he put a bed in a shooting range and like got under the duvet to test like what pistols would jam under the compression of a duvet if you tried to like, if you tried to shoot somebody who like did a B&E on you. Somebody broke into your house and tried to kill you or whatever like that, or if your missus tried to kill you in the middle of the night, like, and you tried to shoot from under the covers. Lots of guns jam because like the fabric gets caught, the compression causes jams as well, and all sorts of things. Like, he did just loads of like really cool myth busting gun myths and shit and all, like, and was he like a former Marine or something? Like, he's one of the most legit dudes I ever saw on YouTube, and he died there. I think it was last year he died. And like even the way he like he told the community that he was gonna die because he had cancer and all, like, and he was so calm about it. Absolutely, like, the type of man that you want to aspire to be like, you know.
It's a recipe written in the stars and the ground. A magic circle where life spins round. Life in water, vinegar and care. We become the earth. Become the earth. We become the earth. We become the earth.
Do you know what I'd love to like a playlist that's kind of inspired by like the Dead Space vibe or something like Event Horizon, like sci-fi horror house music. Um like something sinister is like right around the corner. But like you're not afraid, you're like preparing for battle. That kind of vibe of like you're almost excited to see how terrified you're gonna be. like, I'd love to I'd love to see what happens if like like you put those kind of prompts in where it's like Event Horizon, Dead Space. Um, what would be another one? Alien. Um, yeah, like industrial sci-fi techno, but with like some alien shit thrown in there, but like really low and bassy, and like, but like has that kind of like horror, sinister, like I don't know how else to articulate some of the like the vibe I get from certain like that band I've been really vibing with the past year, Shadow of Intent. Like their stuff is like really fucking dark and intense, but beautiful, you know. And I'd love to hear a fucking like, because Nematode kind of has that vibe where it's like kind of creepy, but it's beautiful, but it's like also educational because it's talking about like how you do certain stuff in a garden and shit. Like I'd love to hear like a playlist of songs that are like, you know, kind of like what you guys did with the thing I came up with, Inverted, where it's like the whole idea of making songs that actually teach you something while listening to the lyrics. This is what a demon is. This is what a parasite is. This is what an alien is. Yes, it's dark. Yes, it's threatening. Yes, there is fear, but control your fear. It's in the fear that you like find your strength and all. Like it's like the fear keeps you alive. Like the whole thing of like preparing to take on a monster, preparing to take on a demon. Be prepared. equip yourself, act accordingly. You know, like the light that illuminates the darkness is the light within you, and all these kind of things. These like esoteric, yet these esoteric things, but explained in a secular scientific, like based in alchemy and physics. You know, of like your ability to conquer these, you know, dark forces, the unknown forces, like what lies beneath, what lies in the dark, in the shadows and stuff like that, like is not to be feared and stuff. Like what's coming to my mind right now is that, you know, that scene in Batman where he's, I think it's in Batman Begins, where he discovers the cave system under the mansion, and he breaks into a new section or something, or hundreds of bats just like show up out of nowhere and start flying all over the place. And instead of giving in to his fear and like cowering or fleeing or whatever, he just stands there in it, and he just breathes, and he's just like Conor McGregor had a great quote when he was coming up, and I think it was before he was about to take on Jose Aldo or something, where it's like, you need to be comfortable in the chaos. Like, while everything around you is swirling and fluxing, and, you know, waves crashing, boats smashing against the fucking shore, and like fires blazing, things exploding and all, like, you are just like totally fucking at peace and serene and completely in control. Like the ability, like those moments in Dead Space, or Resident Evil, Silent Hill, yeah, like fucking Event Horizon, like those moments where like you're rounding a corner, and you like something may or may not be around the corner, and instead of approaching it with that kind of like panicky, like, oh god, what's around here kind of energy, and then something comes at you and you panic and you like fuck up and you stumble and you drop your gun and the thing kills you, whatever. It's that like you almost want to go around the corner, like, do you know what I mean? Like, you're like aggressive, you're disciplined and like ready, and then like when you're like a fucking Terminator, like you're like scanning the room, checking the corners and angles and stuff, like turning the light on so you can see shit and all, like, and then the second something comes at you, you just like immediately pick its weak spots and like annihilate the thing, you know? Like, you're like surgically precise in your dealing with the demon, like, you know, this thing comes at you with tentacles and like a maw of teeth, and you're just like bang, 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 stamp, stamp. Right, what's next? You know, around the next corner. Like, it's like stuff like House of the Dead and stuff like that back in the 90s and all used to train you. Like those video games where like the first time you go through the level, you go like, whoa, shit, like, fuck. And that initial whoa, shit, it gives the monster the advantage because the, like, you know, the element of surprise and shit. But the next time you play that level, you're waiting for that thing to come out on the right-hand top corner, and you're just like, bang! And you just immediately put it down, you know? And it's that, like, transition from fear of the unknown to expectation of the unknown. Because, I struggled with that. It was like, how are you supposed to expect the unexpected? Like, do you know what I mean? Because the unexpected is the unknown. So it's like, you're expecting something to just like come at you from anywhere, and the second it does, like a fucking samurai, you're just like immediately like slice, and the fucking sword is back in the sheath ready for the next one, like, you know, or it's slice and you've assumed a stance, and you're just like completely locked in, you know. Kind of like the John Wick soundtrack, but like heavier and darker, where like those moments when he's in a room or like a space, you know, where there's enemies and shit, and there's no thought. You know, you remember that scene in The Last Samurai where like he's getting his ass kicked by Yujiro, in the training when they're doing with their training swords, and Yujiro fucks him up like for like the third time in a row, and the Katsumoto's son comes over and he's like, "Please forgive, too many mind," and he's like, "Too many mind," and he's like, "Mind our people, mind our sword, mind our enemy, mind our." Yeah, like he's like, "You're thinking about this, you're thinking about that, you're thinking about this, you're thinking about this, you're thinking about too much. Stop thinking, just do." And like that's what I do with the painting. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not thinking, I'm feeling. There's a vibe you get that you just start flowing with, and it carries you. Like I wanted to make a centipede. I made a blue snake. like my desire, my intention, my fucking ego was like, oh, I want to do a cool like centipede looking thing. But it wasn't going the way I wanted it to go. So I just submitted. I was just like, okay, don't force it. Too many mind. And you end up with that. And that's cool looking. So that's good. There's nothing wrong with that. And like part of you is like, yeah, but it's not what I wanted. Yeah, but that's what you got. That's good. You know, like, and like, it's not like I can't paint a centipede. Like, you know, if I put more time and effort into it, like if I fucking picked a different tree and did another one or whatever, like it's not like I can't do it. But those moments where your ego is like smashing against something, you're smashing against yourself. Like, get out of the way, you know? It's hilariously paradoxical, but it makes sense and all. Like, the man apologized to his audience for dying such a like he was like, it's like, I'm sorry, but you know, it would appear that the cancer's going to beat me. Like it's fucking brilliant. Like, he was such a legend. Like, boss just gave me a $50 visa for getting rid of the plastic waste pallets on my own. What's for dinner, lads? That's awesome. That's class. Can't use existing names or properties. What do you mean you can't use existing names or properties? What, like when you're feeding into the AI or something? Like you can't say Event Horizon, you can't say Dead Space and stuff? Words like foreboding, sinister, a looming terror, like a disciplined investigation of unknown territory. Like like I say fearless, but like, you know, no one's ever like fearless. Like maybe with like, I suppose you are when you're in that flow of like, you're not like, you're totally switched off and you're just going that warrior flow. You're not doing what you want to do. You're doing what you have to do. You know, like I've had that inspiring, like rarely because it's been years, but like one of the most successful spars I had when I was kickboxing was when I started doing just what felt right and not like what I wanted to do. And it was one of the cleanest, like I faked low and kicked high. Very simple, you know. I just like went to go with a low kick to the leg and immediately just like I didn't follow through. Like, you know, like you're in that bladed Hwarang stance from Tekken, and I just went to go low and he dropped his hands and I just went bang, caught him in the head. Like, and your one that was like reffing the fucking sparring thing, she was like, that was lovely. Because it was a really, like, we were wearing pads and all, and we were wearing helmets and shit. Like, so when you got a nice flush connection, you got that slap. It fucking sounded beautiful. Like, um, and then there was another time where I was sparring a guy. It was like far more experienced me and all, like, but in initially because I was trying to throw crescent kicks and combos and stuff, and he was just avoiding them because I was telegraphing them the fuck, like, and the coach pulled me aside for a second. He was like, your technique is good, but like you're not setting it up. You're not using it in the way that it's supposed to be used. Like, so stop thinking of like katas and like singular moves and stuff, and just like, he was funny. It is paradoxical. He was like, almost forget everything I've taught you, just like for the next 5 minutes, and just do what you think will work. And then we started sparring again. Your man threw a kick, and I just caught it. Like, I just caught the leg, and just like I went to throw at him, but like because of his experience, he like immediately pulled out of it and like got away from me and shit. And but there was a visible look of like, oh fuck, on his face. And me dad, like, I remember me dad commenting on it afterwards. He was like, he didn't know what to do when you caught that kick, because I caught it and immediately cocked the hand, but then he like covered and like, turtled up while in flamingo stance. Like, the dude's on one leg because I'm after catching his leg, and he managed to just like completely block and pull away all in this, like, framed off me like in one move. It was slick, fucking slick. Like, but the fact that I was like 1 minute I'm like, I look like I don't know what I'm doing, and then the second the coach was like, yeah, seriously, just like forget about everything I've taught you over the last 6 months and just do what you think will work. And your man threw a lunging side kick at me, like a mid-level lunging side kick, and I just like stepped into it, caught the leg, and immediately cocked the hand. Like, it's instinctual. Like, it's the same with everything. Like, when you're cooking, when you're painting, when you're fighting, when you're having sex, like any of these things, your nervous system, your soul knows what to do. Just like your divine connection like knows what to do. So like the best thing to do is just get the fuck out of the way and let it happen. Like, write it in the group chat. Yeah, I will. Yeah, anything that's copyrighted. Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, fuck it. Taking notes. Your homework assignment class. That's hilarious. Anything that's copyrighted, write it in the goo chat. Yeah, I'll fuck it when I get off stream. Fuck it. I must just be dehydrated or something. I've had a mild headache like all fucking day, like. And they've been happening a lot lately. I wouldn't be surprised if it's just because I'm not working out and shit. Oh, you texted Surrey. Okay, cool. Yeah. The two of you are like immediately like, what about this? What do we do this? And all like, oh fuck. I'll go for another like 25 minutes. I'm gonna stick on some metal. And then I go make myself some din. Oh Jesus. Oh. Right, I'm gonna take a quick piss. I'll be back in a minute. Ugh.
Oh.
Strings wail sorrow, tablets quake, a fading calm before worlds break. Drums explode, symptoms crash, chaos reigns a sudden I stand alone, a clean man in this rotting, broken land. Rivers black, the skies are gray, but filth won't take my soul.
I stand alone. I want to continue this genre too, same theme. Blue looks glorious, love the blue-green contrast. Yeah, the snake looks good actually, yeah. And the blood, like the purple glaze on the armor worked. The blood like really stands out. And the murder monkeys are hilarious. This one turned out better than that one. I think that one's a bit shit looking. I can get the fucking contrast right on the flesh. Like this particular painting is a good example of the whole trust the process thing, because I thought this looked like dog shit at the start. Genuinely, like. But it turned out pretty cool.
I do like my murder monkeys. And he looks pretty cool. Like 15 minutes. What do I do in 15 minutes? Ugh. Maybe some fungus. Try to do some fungus. Have some mushrooms, so get some fungus. Oh, did you send me some money, did you? I don't get the prompt here. And I would get it on the phone, but I don't fucking. Not having the laptop is very limiting. Let me see. Domo arigato, Staburo-sama, for your patronage to painting. Domo. bit weird just having two things of fungus in the whole forest, but like, you know, whatever. Some fungus is better than no fungus. Never finished the last 3 metal tunes on the Legends and Lore Bible album. Margie's idea, Suri's Elijah song, and your trumpet's idea. Oh yeah, like the trumpet taking out the wall of Jericho and all. Like, I always thought that imagery was so cool. Next time we're looking for metal, toss them on a reminder. Yeah, definitely. Like, man, biblical metal albums, there's not enough of that shit. Not to be lame, given you're already playing Suri's metal, and I did not buy you dinner. You're the furthest thing from lame, nigga. Furthest thing from lame. Man, like the t-shirts I have from you, like the Hanging with Bears ones and all, and what was it, the green and purple one with the bee on it or whatever, like they're like my favorite t-shirts, and they're like totally oversized for me. Like, it's just the fact that they're 100% cotton. Like, they're pretty much the only t-shirts I have that are like 100% cotton. I fucking love wearing them, like. And I always like think of you when I like pull them out of the washing or my drawer or something like that. And I'm like, I love that nigga. Like, these t-shirts are so comfortable. And I've always liked wearing baggy clothes. I always like being one of them lads that has like a sleeper build, where like you can't tell how jacked I am till I take me fucking shit off, like. Because I thought that was really funny. Like two years ago now or something, like, a mate of mine came over to the house, and fucking like I say a mate, it's like a friend of a friend or whatever. Like, I didn't know him that well, like, you know. And you can like tell he's like, he goes to the gym because he's got the posture and the pecs, and but like most of the time you can't really tell with me, like, you know. And fucking, and it's not like I'm that big, especially not anymore. But when he showed up at the house, he like knocked on the door. I was in the middle of like doing a workout. I was like fucking, what was I doing? I was doing like, what are they called? Bent over rows. I had the sandbag, and I was just doing bent over rows. And I heard the door go, and I was topless, like, you know. And I walked out, and I opened the door, and he was like, Jesus, you're like jacked. And I started laughing. Because I always think it's funny when people are like, dude, you're like jacked. Like that happened like years ago with a friend of mine. Like, knew him for years, like, Polish lad. I missed that fucker. We all got drunk one night, and you know how lads get when they're all like fucking, like, we all get rowdy and start like wanting to hit each other and shit, like when you get really pissed, like. And the other two lads were like comparing biceps, and like, don't get me wrong, part of me thinks it's kind of gay, you know. It's like, so like to take the piss out of them. I had a hernia at the time, actually. Part of me thought I was gonna pass out if I did it. But I fucking, they were in my kitchen comparing like how ripped the other one was, you know, to the other, like. And he's like, oh, you've got bigger arms than me and all, blah blah, like. And I walked in and I just like whipped my top off and just went like, ugh, and like flexed as hard as I could. And it actually did hurt a little bit because I had like an umbilical hernia at the time. And me mate Adrian was like, dude, you're like fucking ripped. And it's so funny, like. And I remember feeling a twinge of jealousy from my other friend, like, he was like, this fucker and all, like, so then, like, I always thought it was really funny. It's like that whole thing of being humble and shit, where it's like, I never like I never felt the need to like show off. But when I did, there was a few people who like made me feel guilty for it. And I always thought that was like really shitty of them. Where it was like, so you guys can all like show off and compare and blah blah blah. But if I do it, and it just so happens to be that I'm like impressive as far as some people are concerned, I'm like, I shouldn't do that. And I remember feeling it. I was like, you fucking like, it's just jealousy, like, do you know what I mean? Like, I used to remember like me mate Steve was a big gym head, like, and like I used to laugh when people would be like, you know, oh, I'm real strong and all, and I'm jacked and shit, and I'd just be like, no, you're not. I know a guy. Like, and they're like, what do you mean, like my mate Steve, like they used to call him Big Steve. like the dude, like, you know what, you know them guys that like they can't put their arms down at their sides because their lats are so big. Like he used to look like kind of, he was like stupidly big. Like, I used to love that about him. He looked like an ape. like he had that gorilla vibe going on. Like, it was so funny. Like, I always thought it was kind of annoying of people that like be comfortable where you are. Like, do you know what I mean? And I was always comfortable where I was at. I was like, I'm not as big as him. I'm not as jacked as him. I'm not as fast as him. You know, like, and I'd be honest about it and all. But there was a few people in the group that were like, you know, I'm the buff one. And it's like, yeah, but not really though. You know, like, and then you wouldn't be able to say that because he'd be like, fuck you and all like this. Like, it's just. This is stupid, childish shit, like, do you know what I mean? Like, and it would be one of those things where, like, you'd be, like, thinking in the back of your head, like, why do you like that, you know? Because I was always, like, from a young age, I'd say from the martial arts as well, like, you know, where, like, anybody can, like, kick anybody's ass on any given day, you know, especially when you get to a certain level. So, like, it's all about just, like, who hits the mark on the day, you know? Like, you take the UFC, for example, and it's like, they're all killers, you know? For the most part, anyway. There'd be some guys that are, like, kind of just lucky, or they're jobbers or whatever, or, like... But, like, they'd all, like, murder your average man on the street, like, you know? And the fucking couch fucking... You know, these couch potato fuckheads, like, it's the same with football, like, do you mean, like, oh, he should have done this, and he should have done that, and, like, to a degree, I would say stuff like that, too, because I'm a fan, and I'm, like, to a degree, I know what I'm talking about, but it's not like I would say shit like, oh, if it had been me, I'd have done this, and all. It's like, sure, maybe he should have been a bit more aggressive, maybe he should have, like, especially when one of them makes a glaring mistake, you know? Like that guy that Sean O'Malley was fighting that time. And, like, your man clearly hurt Sean O'Malley's leg, or Sean O'Malley had, like, he was hopping on one leg because he couldn't put any weight on his foot, like. And your man went for a takedown. And, like, pretty much everybody was just like, what the fuck are you doing? Like... But he's the professional fighter, like, you know, he's the one getting paid to fight. But he made a glaringly obvious error, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's funny shit, like. It's kind of like what you said earlier on, Stabaru, where it's like, it's really obvious when people just can't, like, handle, like, what is, you know? You can't just, like, admit the truth. Your ego is, like, your ego is like a toddler, like screaming and bitching, being like, no. And then, like, the coping and the seething. Like, out of all the things I've heard in the last, like, several years,
That's one of my favorite like meme things, where it's just a picture. It's the picture of the Chad dude, and it's just like fucking. Oh, how does it go again? Like, you're coping and seething. It's fucking. Anytime I see that, it makes me laugh. I fucking love it. Wish we could combine playlists. Well, that's one of the things that I keep. That's kind of where I'm coming from when I'm like, I want you guys to do collabs, because like I want you guys to do like a song or a set of songs that's like it's both yous, you know. Because like yous do have very distinct vibes. Like the metal stuff from Stabaroo is like fucking proper. Like that's the metal I really like. But the Nematode shit that like Printer Bear made, and then like the fucking the Globstein tune and all, like Printer Bear really knows how to make like fucking hard as fuck house music. Whereas Stabaroo knows how to make like insanely melodic like death metal. Like I'd just love to see a fusion of the two, like, you know. It reminds me of Born of Osiris. The band Born of Osiris. If you've never heard of them, check them out, like, because they have like really like it's literally like what I just described. It's like insane house synthy keyboard like house music. With like fucking insanely like deathcore metal, like, you know. Or what would you call it? What do they call it? What's the thing? Metalcore? Or deathcore? Yeah, I think it's metalcore. There's so many different types of metal. Ugh. As long as the fungus is among us. That's hilarious. You can, but we can't collabs on a list. I saved a bunch of times from your list to new lists of my own, then merge them. But you can't then just add a tune to that existing list. Very lame. We may just have to go in on a pro account together. Fuck it. One account to rule them all. That's hilarious. But I come close to maxing my points on my premium account each month. Oh, that's God. Yeah, like all this like subscription-based nonsense is fucking. They need to go back to just like what fucking Bertaria Times is like, pay this for the year, you know, like this monthly shit, or like it's fucking stupid, like. If I like when I see a monthly thing, it usually discourages me, like especially because I'm not financially healthy right now at all. But it's also just like a really poor model. It encourages. It's very similar to the like microtransactions and like the what were they called? The loot boxes in gaming and stuff. And like they ended up going to like fucking international courts to talk about that shit, because it was such a predatory marketing tactic, such a predatory marketing strategy, like particularly towards children who had access to their fucking parents' cards and shit. Like fucking scumbags, man. Painting goo-goo-goo.
Right, I'm done. I'm signing it. It's done.
Painting goo-goo-goo.
Right. Dun 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 dun. Painting goo goo. Excellent gooing to start off the weekend. Praise to pray, outro tunage. Yeah, I can do that, yeah. You want the Celtic one or the normal one?
Sealed gates, choking dust. Kings hide behind mud and stone. Whispers of the sea split wide. Your god's already overthrown. 7 days of grinding feet. No siege blade, no flame. Arc of thunder, oath of blood. Silence screaming your name. Ram's horn breath of judgment. Earth holds its breath in fear. Trumpets of God, march the ark. Trumpets of God, raise the mark. Trumpets of God, ring the ground. Trumpets of God, walls come down.
You know it's called metal when it just makes you make that face. You're like, yes! Like,
Scarlet cord on the sinner's wall. Mercy marked in red. Faith crawls out of the rubble. Wow.
trumpets of God. It's fucking brilliant.
hope you've enjoyed today's painting, Goo.
I have enjoyed
I
doing for
enjoyed
you.
painting for you. And fucking philosophizing and talking a load of shite. I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. If you haven't paid for painting, Goo, pay for painting, Goo. Or you have no honor.
You heard the man.
Your ancestors will shame you from the great beyond and turn in their grave and show you their ass. And fart at you. I hope you've enjoyed today's painting, Goo. I enjoyed painting for you. And fucking philosophizing and talking a load of shit. I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. If you haven't paid for painting, Goo, pay for painting, Goo. Or you have no honor. And your ancestors will shame you from the great beyond and turn in their grave and show you their ass. And fart at you.
Så vi var sen. Painting, goo, goo, goo. Goo, 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 goo. Painting, goo, goo. Painting, goo, goo.
I hope you've enjoyed today's painting, Goo. I enjoyed painting for you. And fucking philosophizing and talking a load of shite.
Sayonara, my beloved Japanida.
Enjoy the rest of your evening. If you haven't
I hope you have a beautiful,
paid for painting, Goo,
epic weekend.
your ancestors will show
I will see you Monday.
and turn in their grave and show you their ass.
Remember,
And fart
to smash that right button where it has insulted your ancestors. And to pay for painting do if you have any honor. And above all else, be good, be true, and be beautiful.
I hope you've enjoyed today's painting, Goo. I enjoyed painting for you. And fucking philosophizing and talking a load of shite. I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. If you haven't paid for painting, Goo, pay for painting, Goo. Or you have no honor, and your ancestors will shame you from the great beyond and turn in their grave and show you their ass. And fart at you.
Filthy mortal scum! I bid thee farewell. Painting cuckoo. Painting cuckoo. God bless!
I hope you've enjoyed today's painting, Goo.